It's your boy Dohboy TV back in this thing with some more topics on the floor, man. And if you want to be a part of Dohboy TV gang, all you got to do is put it down in the comments, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We got the topics on the floor. Let's get straight into it. Dohboy TV gang, what's good, man? We back in this thing with another topic on the floor. For today's video, we got YNW Melly 100K track, and we gotta talk about it, man, because it's been a lot of allegations putting up against this man 100K track, stemming from YNW Melly's case. Now, it's a lot of people saying that this man did rat on this man YNW Melly. Now, I do not think that's the case. I did take my time out to go look up the transcripts and basically look up all the paperwork involved in the court case. Now, wow, I don't think Track actually spoke incriminating YNW Melly. It is another person who is very much talking very much, and he is snitching his butt off. But 100K Track did actually give them the evidence that they did need to convict this man, YNW Melly. And this is the evidence that is holding this man in jail right now. Now, at the end of the day, this is the strongest piece of evidence they got in the whole case. So when you're looking at the whole situation, and it has something to do with some guy's manager who basically gave the police the evidence to get this man years upon years in jail and basically throwing away his whole career, and you're supposed to be managing it. Now, we're going to get into the details of this whole thing, man. I swear we are. But before we get into it, you know I got to ask y'all for a like. It does help me get recommended. Then, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. So we got to talk about 100K track, man. I put up some of the transcripts, like I said. Y'all can pause and read through them. I'm not going to read through all of them. Now, if you want to go look it up yourself, you can. And you just going to have to go to page 21. That's the most important page. Now, on page 21, it's basically stating that, 100K track basically went into the court office and gave the DA, or you feel me, basically the people trying to convict Melly, his cell phone. Now, when he gave him or gave them his cell phone, the cell phone had YNW Melly's alleged confession of killing his friends in it. Now, basically, in the court document, video was on Mr. Demon's cell phone. Mr. Demons is AKA YNW Melly, if y'all didn't know, which was brought into the office by Jameson Francois. And that is how we have that. Now, if you don't know who Jameson Francois is, hopefully I said his name right. That is 100K Track's government name. Now, it's being said that if you look down more, it says that Your Honor has before you is search warrant, subpoenas, and everything else. Basically, nothing was done by consent, meaning that nobody told, nobody spoke too much, nobody snitched. But the evidence that is keeping YNW Melly locked up and basically really fighting for his life, because it's an alleged confession, meaning that this man said, oh yeah, I did that to my buddies, I did that to my friends, I did accidentally, or I did really do that, or whatever it said on the phone, allegedly it says. But the whole point is, as a manager, why are you giving them anything that has anything to do with this man YNW Melly? And it don't even have to go down to being his manager. You done got on multiple interviews on talking about how this is your brother and it's more than just managing. And I'm gonna just add in that he claims that he was a gangster, he went to jail before, and he know, you feel me, the street code and what you supposed to be on. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how he took the phone and allegedly got it took from him, because he did come out with an interview with a DJ Academics trying to claim that he didn't give it to him, they took it from him. But at the end of the day, man, why would you even take the phone in the office? Like, bruh, I know if I'm in a car with my homies, right, and we get pulled over and one of us go to jail, bro, we taking everything he got on his person so it don't got to go in his property at jail. And we're going to take that with us. We're not about to let them get his phone. We're not about to let them get money that he got if we can get it. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just going to be more evidence that they just going to make nothing. You feel me? He can have a picture up in there with whatever, and they going to try to use it against him. Because everything is used against you in the court of law. And for Jameson Francois to be claiming he know about the streets and do some goofy stuff like this, it just kind of give me the vibes that this man kind of did it on purpose. Because, man, you can make up any type of excuse you want to bring up in the book, but man, at the end of the day, you is the reason why this man has a better chance of getting convicted, straight up. And you could say whatever you want, you could try to defend yourself, but how did they get that phone? Why would you take the phone knowing that you about to go meet The police, basically. You gonna take the phone so they can subpoena you to quote unquote give it to them. Why you didn't leave it at home? I'm confused. Like, what is the point of you taking Melly phone when you just said you got 2 to 3 phones to yourself already? So what was the point of you taking another phone when you already got 2 phones? That don't make sense, bro. And it's starting to seem fishy, man, because it's crazy. Because if you look in the documents, bro, it sits there and tell you. Now, it's another thing that was brought up that probably is going to be a big part in the case. Now, it says that they did recover a shell casing that was in a plastic bag that was left in the vehicle that quote unquote was in a drive-by. And they are allegedly saying that, YNW Melly basically took the lives of his friends, man. And this is a situation where it's just one person word against another person word, because a lot of the stuff they got in the court documents, especially when it comes to the trajectory and things of that nature, it's not even admissible in court. But if you read right here, it talks about the head wounds, but this is where I wanted to say. It says specifically there was a white plastic bag that was found on the morning, which had a 40 shell casing in it from a Smith & Wesson. Now, everybody knows the situation now. That could bring forensics, where if they do catch this man fingerprints or something like that on the bullet, man, now that would be a strong case, and it would be like closed door. But at the end of the day, YNW Melly is still not convicted, so we clearly know there was no fingerprint, because they wouldn't even need the phone as evidence. And with them saying in the court documents that the phone is the most evidence that they got in the whole court case, that just verifies that the bullet don't mean nothing, and they just trying to make a story and basically paint Melly out to be this super bad person. And it's already a bad look, and I'm gonna try to put some humor in there every time, because his name is Demons, his last name is Demons. They already trying to paint him out to be a demon. And it's crazy because, man, then you got the situation where, if y'all watch my video about Trap Land Pat, that's another Florida native, he was telling you how it be your own people, it be your friends, the people that's closest to you, to really be plotting on you in the end. And it's looking like that's what happened with 100K Track, man, because it ain't no reason for you to have that man phone, knowing you going into that office, knowing you about to go into the police office, and you gonna take the phone like you was willingly about to give it over. Like, because if you wasn't, why did you take it? Why you didn't leave it at home? They are raided your house. It says it in the court documents. They raided your house. They clearly didn't find nothing. So for you to be still taking the phone up there, it seems like you was going to willingly give it over. And you can say whatever to try to defend yourself now. Of course, while the stuff is already done, and you sitting there basically saying, well, it couldn't have did with me because YNW Melly and the stuff was already in the works. Nah, bruh. Like, I'm really starting to think that you were undercover hip-hop police officer, because, man, you got the situation where they had the audio. Now, they did have audio for the King Von shooting. I don't want to bring Von in here, but rest in peace to Von. They did have audio from the police that night, and people go check it out. It was an officer there named Jameson Francois. I don't know if it's 2 people with the same name, but I'm going to just throw that out there because, man, he rubbing me the wrong way, man, by taking that phone, man, knowing, because you can't sit here and tell me you from the streets, knowing you about to go into the courtroom, knowing it's 100,000, you feel me exaggerating, but it's a lot of police, just like, knowing that you about to get searched. Because if anybody been to court before, you ever been into some trouble or just going to court, what's the first thing you do when you walk in the door, man? You getting searched, you getting through a metal detector. So it just is strange for you to know all that. Why? Because you had a court case before, you was in the streets before, you claim to be so hood oriented or know about the hood, but you do some goofy stuff, man. And it just seems like if you did it knowing the consequences that came behind it, cause and effect. You get what I'm saying? You so streetwise, you know what's gonna happen. So if therefore, if you knew what was gonna happen, you did it on purpose, straight up. And you won't Melly in jail, because it seemed like everybody that you manage either go to jail or unfortunately pass away, man. And you might be the person that's making this stuff possible, man, because YNW Melly wouldn't even be in jail if you was just a real friend, a real partner like YNW Bortland, and not say nothing and just do what you supposed to do, or you feel me, whatever is gonna help the situation. Don't do no dumb stuff where you can get Melly more time. And it's a crazy situation, because free that man Bortland too, because he did just mess up on his little bond probation or whatever you want to call it. He did violate his terms and conditions for being on bond, which was like not going to the strip club. The man had to go see that booty. And he ended up getting caught up. You get what I'm saying? But it's just crazy, man, because I'm going to keep saying this. You got people like, you feel me, Sniper Gang, Hot Boy, people that's really street oriented, that's around you, King Von, a lot of people. And for you to do this to Melly, it's kind of strange, man. and the way you talking, and I don't know, man. Maybe that's just my opinion, but the paperwork say what it say, and you can't lie. But you can lie all you want, but that black and white don't ever lie. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. You think this man really, I ain't gonna call him a rat, but did he take them to, well, that's a fact. He did take them the information to get Melly caught up. Do you feel like this man ratted on Melly in any type of shame, form, or way, man? It's your boy, Dohboy TV. If you rock with me, subscribe. If not, kick rocks.